When you think of triple doubles, Russell Westbrook's probably the one player that comes to mind. After averaging one for 2 consecutive seasons, the Thunder point guard's 4th all time, behind Oscar Robertson, Magic Johnson, and Jason Kidd. If Russ continues his style of play like he did the last 2 years, there's a slight chance he can surpass the Big O with the most triple doubles in NBA history. How's it going, guys? My name's Wilson. With the game being very fast paced and perimeter oriented, triple doubles are very common amongst the nightly bases. During the 2013-14 season, Lance Stephenson surprisingly led the NBA with 4 triple-doubles. 5 players from this past season alone recorded at least 4. Nowadays, guys like Westbrook and LeBron gets 4 straight triple-doubles pretty easily. With a lot of ball-dominant perimeter players, Westbrook, Harden, and LeBron recorded a combined 77 triple-doubles in the 2016-17 season. Even an average role player in Elfrid Payton had 5 triple-doubles that season. They do it all with points, rebounds, and assists. But some of the craziest triple-doubles in history include steals and blocks. Here are 5 of the most insane triple-doubles in NBA history. Number 5. Russell Westbrook, March 29, 2017. Russ had one of the greatest statistical seasons when he won MVP. Was a man possessed against Orlando, finishing with 57 points, 13 rebounds, 11 assists. While his team trailed by 10 heading into the 4th, Russ completely took over the game, scoring 19 points in the final 7 minutes. His second highest scoring game of his career, shot 21 of 40 from the field. Happened late in the season, where he was chasing Oscar Robertson's record. Luck was also on his side, as Magic center Nikola Vucevic missed the free throw that would have sealed the game before the MVP made a crazy game-tying 3 with 7.1 seconds remaining, willed his team to victory in overtime, had the highest scoring triple-double game at the time before it was broken 10 months later by his former teammate James Harden, which leads us to number 4. January 30th, 2018. Harden became the first player in NBA history to record a 60-point triple-double at home against the same Orlando Magic team Russell Westbrook did it the year before, having a ridiculous stat line of 60 points, 10 rebounds, 11 assists. Not to mention Harden also had a game-high 4 steals, including a block. That night probably solidified his case for MVP, broke Calvin Murphy's franchise record of 57 points while in attendance. The Beard also broke his career high in points. Not only was it the best game of his career, but one of the greatest offensive individual performances in NBA history. Shot a very efficient 19 of 30 from the field, including 17 of 18 from the free throw line, 5 3-pointers. Broke Russell Westbrook's record for scoring the most points with a triple-double. I mean, come on, 60 points with a triple-double? That might not happen for a very long time. Number 3. Shaquille O'Neal. On November 20th, 1993, 21-year-old Shaq was only in the beginning of his second season, as physically dominant as a big man we ever seen. Had an astonishing 24 points, 28 rebounds, and 15 blocks against the Nets. Was always at the right place at the right time, owning the paint, grabbing boards left and right, erased every shot every time a player dared to go near the rim. The 15 block is still a Magic franchise record to this day. This amazing performance doesn't get talked about enough, as it was Shaq's only 20-point, 20-rebound, 10-block game of his career. Remember, O'Neal, who was a Jersey native born in Newark, had about 70 friends and family at the game, so he knew he had to put on a show. Destroyed Derek Coleman all game. What a memorable way to earn his first ever NBA triple-double in an 87-85 victory. Shaq only had 2 total for his career. Earning a triple-double with blocks is certainly not something you see every day. Shaq's 15 blocks is also tied with the second most rejections in a single game. No active player in the NBA today has recorded more than 12 blocks in one game. Number 2. Hakeem Olajuwon, March 3rd, 1990. One of only 4 players to have ever recorded a quadruple-double. The dream fell an assist short of becoming the only player in history to have recorded 2 of them. Nevertheless, Hakeem put up an epic 29-point, 18-rebound, 11-block, 9 assists, and 5-steal game, where one of his assists was later rescinded. But thankfully, his actual quadruple-double came less than a month later. The Rockets destroyed Golden State in a 129-109 blowout. The dream was also a point, 2 rebounds, and a dime away from having a 30-20-10-10 game. This performance to me was more impressive than his actual quadruple-double game, where he finished with 18 points, 16 rebounds, 10 assists, and 11 blocks against Milwaukee 26 days later. Looking back at some of Hakeem's greatest single-game performances and his body of work, the Dream had the complete package. Even came close to reaching double digits in steals a couple times. Arguably the most skilled center in NBA history and the best shot blocker the game has ever seen. Number 1. Wilt Chamberlain, February 2nd, 1968. Playing in an era where there was little footage of games shown on television, the Big Dipper recorded 22 points, 25 rebounds, 21 assists, the only 20-20-20 stat line in NBA history. His Sixers would defeat the Pistons 131-121. The closest player that even came close to accomplishing this feat was Rajon Rondo back in 2012 against the Knicks, where he was 3 rebounds and 2 points short. Known as the most unstoppable player the game has ever seen, people will always remember him for his 100-point game, but Wilt proved he can do it all. Made it a mission to lead the league in assists that season, averaging over 8.6 dimes per game. Because of his impact as one of the best scorers and rebounders, Wilt is certainly one of the most underrated passers, as he will hold many records that will never be broken. Nikola Jokic is the only player in my opinion who has the chance to pursue a triple 20 game. I guess you can call it that, right? The 20 assists is definitely the most challenging part. That same season, Wilt posted a triple-double in 9 straight games from March 8th to March 20th, still the longest triple-double streak in NBA history. Some of my most honorable mentions includes once again Wilt, obviously, when he had a 53-point, 32-rebound, 14-assist performance on March 18, 1968 against the Lakers. Elgin Baylor had a 52-point, 25-rebound, 10-assist game on December 13, 1961. As I mentioned, Rajon Rondo's 18-point, 17-rebound, 20-assist game against the Knicks, people forget how amazing prime Rondo was. Of course, you can't forget about Draymond Green against Memphis, where he finished with 4 points, 12 rebounds, 10 assists, 10 steals, and 5 blocks. Or the time Nicholas Batum was gonna fall short, heaved up a shot from half court at the buzzer right when the game ended, giving him 11 points, 12 rebounds, 11 assists on November 2nd, 2013. Lastly, what about Mark Eaton, who made only 1 field goal the entire game but hit 10 free throws, resulting in a 12-point, 20-rebound, 14-block performance against the Blazers on January 18, 1985. Thank you so much for watching this video. Which player did you think had the craziest triple-double performance of all time? Let me know in the comments below. I talk NBA comparisons, amazing storylines, NBA history, and anything basketball that will interest you. If you love the NBA, subscribe to my channel. More great stuff coming soon. See you next time.